Shalom, friends. This is Oved from the Five Towns in New York, and I'm honored to be sharing some Divrei Torah with you. This week's Parasha is HaBerakha, the concluding Parasha of the Chumash, where Moshe Rabbeinu blesses the nation before he passes. So at the outset, there's really not much negative that Moshe Rabbeinu can say about Shevet Levi, except for the incident in Merivah, which, the Mefarshim say that Aharon had a pure heart and his intentions were pure. Ibn Ezra also says about the Chet HaEgel that Aharon did it for the honor of Hashem. So there's really not much negative that's said about Shevet Levi. To the contrary, they're called Ish Chasidecha, the faithful, HaKadosh Baruch Hu's faithful man, or righteous one. And then the pasuk goes on to say, "Haomer le'aviv ul'imo lo re'itiv ve'et echav lo hikir ve'et banav lo yada." This tribe that says regarding his mother and father, I didn't see them, I didn't know them, and regarding his brother, the same thing. Regarding his children, the same thing. And Mefarshim say this is not taken literally because it's speaking about the fact that Shevet Levi was willing and able and actually did kill their own family members to stand up for Hashem's honor after the Chet HaEgel. So, we know that Shevet Levi didn't sin, so the Mefarshim say, obviously they didn't kill their own family members, but it's meant as, extended family. For example, one's mother's father, who's not from Shevet Levi, this is, actually family, and Shevet Levi had, killed them without hesitation to stand up for the Berit. So this is the kind of Shevet that Levi was. The Malbim says that their anger that we know that Yaakov Abinu spoke of was no longer. Even if they did had anger, it was used not for their own glory, but it was channeled to stand up for HaKadosh Baruch Hu's honor. And that's why it says about them, Beritecha Yinsoru, that these are the people that are guardians of the Berit. That means to say that they're guardians of the not only the laws and the commandments of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, but the honor of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So we see that. There's a common thread here that Shevet Levi is the tribe of zealots. Ibn Ezra said that regarding the pasuk I mentioned before, that many of the Shevet had children that were dedicated solely to the service of Hashem, and that's why they didn't know them. Similar to Shemuel. So there are a couple of takeaways that come out of this. The common theme is the zealotry of Shevet Levi. So takeaway one is, whether we understand or don't understand the mitzvot, it's our obligation to do them, almost, I would say, out of zealotry. Even if we don't understand them, even if we can't attribute a tam to them, but we have to be as zealous about those mitzvot and commandments as we are about ones that we're passionate about and that we understand. It should all be treated. It should all be treated the same level of, of diligence and alacrity. And takeaway number two is that, we have to take a little bit of this zealotry and apply it to our own lives. It's very apropos for this time of year. We're going to be walking with what looks to the outside world of sticks and lemons in our hands and some leaves, and we're going to be walking with these for the next week, and we're going to be building huts and booths or whatever the nation see it as outside of our homes. And we really need to take that aspect of zealotry of Shevet Levi and do all these or all these mitzvot, live our life. When we walk outside in the street with our kippahs and with etc., with all the signs of our Jewishness, all the signs of the berit that we safeguard, we have to have that in mind. And if one doesn't have that bit of zealotry, that midah that Levi had, it's very hard to be a safeguarder, so to say, of the berit in this day and age. So I'm going to leave you with my own beracha, that we should, just as we did this year, we should be zocheh to another year of Torah and Maasim Tovim, and we should all strengthen that midah of zealotry that we have, of course, in a healthy and correct way and dose. And I wanted to give a huge shout out and a huge thank you to Rabbi Dweck and Sina and Avi and all the other, everyone else behind the Chabura, and all the other Chachamim and all the teachers that are involved in the Chabura. I'm really humbled and honored, as we all are, to be part of it. And to Skul Shanim Rabot, Neimot V'Tovot, may we always be zocheh to learn together and to share. Thank you.